Hello, dear students. In the previous classes, we have been from the previous classes we have been discussing the problems on business and profession. Now, this problem is like this: Sri Nehru is the proprietor of a business. His profit and loss account for the year ending March 31st, 2020 is as follows. So here they have given a profit and loss account. Okay, and that means we are supposed to calculate income from business. Now you know the difference between computation of business income and professional income. In the case of professional income, we have to identify the professional receipts, and we have to identify only the professional expenditures, and whatever difference we are going to get, that will be treated as the professional income. But in the case of business income, usually we are given with the profit and loss account, of course with the certain adjustments, and we have to consider only those items as business expenditures which are related to business, and we have to consider those incomes which are related to business. And by considering these items, we have to determine the income from business. Now here in the profit and loss account, usually what happens, the proprietor or the businessman may record his personal expenditures to the profit and loss account of the business also. So here we have to ignore, or we have to deduct the personal expenditures which are debited in the profit and loss account. Again, we have to ignore the personal incomes which are debited to the profit and loss account, and as well as personal income, as well as income from other sources which are credited in the profit and loss account must be ignored here. Okay, to arrive at the right amount of business income or the proper income of business, what we have to do is, initially we have to take the net profit. Okay, see here, you can observe here, net profit transfer to capital account is given. So we have to consider this as a base, and to this profit we have to add all disallowed expenditures. That means the expenses which are not related to business must be added back to this net profit. The rationale behind this treatment is that here we got this net profit by considering the personal expenditures or the expenditures which are not related to the business. So because of this debit, the net profit has been reduced, right? So in order to arrive at right amount of net profit, what we have to do is, the expenditures which are not related to the business and they are debited to the profit and loss account must be added back to the net profit of the net profit and loss account to arrive at the net or the right net profit. Okay, again in the case of incomes, so usually incomes are credited in the credit side of the profit and loss account. See here, you can observe interest on government securities and rent from house property, and both these items are not related to business. Interest on government securities, that will fall under income from other sources, and rent from house property will fall under the head income from house property. So these two are not related to business, but here this businessman, he has recorded in his profit and loss account. So after recording these two items, his net profit has been increased. Okay, so this is not related to business, but in spite of that fact, he has recorded in the profit and loss account. So these two income will have an effect on the net profit. So because of these two items, the net profit will increase. So what we have to do is, we have to decrease these two items. In order to decrease net profit, what we have to do, we have to deduct these two items. Okay, so format, you know. Okay, so these are all the this is about the basic aspects of computation of business income. Now let us see one by one the expenditures as well as incomes, and we'll see how we have to treat while calculating the business income. Okay, so establishment taxes 2,900, general charges 750, household expenses 51,730, commission 1,500, discount and allowances 450, provision for bad debts 1,200, postage and telegrams 270, law charges 450, advertising 1,550, fire insurance premium for goods 360, goods and service taxes paid 1,450, repairs and renewals within the bracket they have given not for business premises 630, loss on sale of motor car, so within the bracket again they have given used for private purpose 1,800, life insurance premium 1,790, interest on capital 1,090, audit fees 300, interest on bank loan 1,380, provision for depreciation 2,500, provision for income tax 3,900. Of course, net profit transfer to capital account. So this net profit is arrived after deducting this income aspect. Okay, or um, this net profit is arrived from the gross profit and interest on government securities, total of the rent from house property. Okay, total of these three items will be deducted by these expenditures debit side. So the difference we got 2,80,840. Let us consider credit side. Gross profit 3,50,840, interest on government securities 5,400, and rent from house property 5,400. Now total amount is there. Fine. Now let us consider the additional information. So they have given that first one, actual bad debts written off during the year amounts to rupees 550. Amount of income tax actually paid during the year is 4,200. Depreciation allowable is rupees 1,700 as per income tax rules. And then advertising expenses include rupees 550 spent on special advertising campaign to open a new shop in the market. Law charges are in connection with the protection of a trademark. Sri Nehru carries on his business from a rented premises, half of which is used as his residence. Rent rates and taxes include rupees 2,400 paid as rent for the premises during the year. Then bank loan is taken for business purpose. So with this information, we are supposed to calculate the business income of Mr. Nehru and his total income for the assessment year 2020-21. Now let us consider one by one expenditure as well as incomes. Now here establishment. Now here establishment expenditures they have given 4,800. Now in order to establish or set up a business, there are expenditures so that are required to incur. But here the nature of establishment expenditure is not given. Simply they have put a or given a name establishment expenses. Okay, so instead if they would have given or if they could have given preliminary expenses, in that situation we are supposed to take only 1/5 only. Okay, but here no such information is given, so establishment expenditures are allowed as business expenditures. And solution must be made in consideration with the additional information, so we have to be careful while solving the problem. Okay, fine. Next item they have given rent rates and taxes 2,900, and for this I think there is one information in the additional information you just observe. Point number F. Sri Nehru carries on his business from a rented premises, half of which is used as his residence. Rent rates and taxes include rupees 2,400 paid as rent for the premises during the year. Okay, so now this means, so total amount they have debited in the profit and loss account is 2,900 rent rates and taxes, right? But additional information here it says that additional information here it says that Sri Nehru carries on his business from a rented premises, half of which is used as his residence. So that means the total amount, whatever paid here, 2,500. So on this, 50% must be considered as for the business purpose because he carries his business from a rented premises. right? So only 50% is allowed and rest of the 50% is not allowed. You just observe here, half of which is used as his residence. So 1200 must be added back here. Then general charges 750, and again we have to solve in line with the additional informations. Now additional information is silent about informations are silent about general charges, so they are allowed. Uh, they are incurred. We are assuming that they are incurred in the due course of business. Then household expenses are not allowed as the name says. So they are incurred for the purpose of household. So 51,730 they are not allowed. Then commission 1,500. So in the absence of any specific information, commission paid are allowable expenditure, business expenditure. So in the additional information also, so there is no information or additional thing with regarding to commission, so they are allowed as business expenditure. Then discount and allowances, so again in the due course of business, discounts are quite common, so nothing there in the additional information, so they are to be considered as business expenditures. Then provision for bad debts, again any provision is not allowed. Okay, bad debts are allowed in the business. It is genuine to have a bad debt. Okay, so credit sale ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಸೊ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಿರ್ತದೆ ಹಣ ಆದ್ರೆ ಬಂದಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಡೆಬ್ಟ್ಸ್ quite common phenomena. But here in the case of provisions, so they are not allowed. So when you are making provision, simply you are setting aside a certain amount from your profit. Okay, so according to taxation provision, it is not uh, allowable. Then so this has to be added back to the net profit here. 2,80,840 ಗೆ add ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ provision. Then postage and telegrams. Now here postage and telegrams in the due course of business, they are allowed. Law charges 450, and for this, so there is one information in the additional information, point number E, you just observe. Law charges are in connection with the protection of trademark, and trademark are related to business, so it is allowable. Then advertising, so advertising expenditures are allowable, and on this you just observe, um, advertising expenses include rupees 550 spent on special advertising campaign to open a new shop in the market, so it is related to business only, so they are allowed. Then fire insurance premium for goods, specifically they have given, so it's a business expenditure, allowed. Goods and service tax paid, so allowed. Repairs and renewals, and it is not for business premises, so must be added back to this net profit, not allowed. We have to add 630. Then loss on sale of motor car, again it is not used for a business purpose and not related to business, we have to add back. Life insurance premium, so it is on life and not, there is no connection with the business here. Okay, so it's a personal expenditure but debited to the profit and loss account, it must be added back to the net profit. Then interest on capital, 1090 they have debited to the profit and loss account, it is not allowed, so it has to be added back to the net profit. The next audit fee, so it is allowable expenditure because when a business must get its books of accounts audited every year. Okay, so it is allowable expenditure. Then interest on bank loan, so here we have to see the purpose of taking bank loan. Suppose if it is for the purpose of a business, then it is allowable. For this we have to see the additional information. See here, point number G, bank loan is taken for business purpose, so that means it is allowable expenditure. Then provision for depreciation, so provision for depreciation amounts to rupees 2,500. Again I said, so there is no scope for provision in the case of computation of business income. Okay, so ಯಾವುದೇ provision ಇರಲಿ, we are not supposed to consider. Okay. Whenever you are making provision, simply you are setting aside certain amount out of your profit. So that's it. Okay. So it is not allowed. We have to add back to the net profit. Then provision for income tax. Again, income tax, moreover, it's a direct tax. So there is no connection with the business. Again, you are keeping aside certain amount for income tax. Again, it is not allowed. We have to add back to the net profit. The next, in the credit side, interest on government securities. This is income from other sources. Okay. So we have to deduct. So this income not supposed to be included in the income from business, but you have considered here, this Mr. Nehru has considered, so we have to deduct it. Then rent from house property again. So we are not supposed to consider here. It is the income from other source, but it is considered in the books of business accounts, so it must be deducted. Now, certain adjustments are there, so which we have not considered yet. So point number B is there. Amount of income tax actually paid during the year is 4,200. Okay, it is not related here. While calculating the total income or taxable income, we have to consider at the end. The next depreciation allowable is 1,700 as per income tax rules. So depreciation allowable as per income tax rules must be deducted. So less. So this item must be deducted. Depreciation allowable, we have to deduct. Advertising, we have considered. Law charges, we have considered. Bank loan. So each and every aspect we have considered till now. Okay. Now let us move further. Computation of income from business. Net profit as per profit and loss account. Here we have 2,80,840. To this we have to add expenses not allowed. That means expenses which are not business expenses, or expenses which are not part of the business must be added back to the net profit to arrive at the right profit, a right amount of profit. Now here rent of one half premises. So already I have explained. So 2,400 is there. So out of that, one half means 1/2 must be added back, 1,200. Household expenses 51,730 must be added back. Provision for bad debts 1,200 must be added back. Loss on sale of motor car 1,800. Then repairs and renewal 630. So repairs and renewals not related to business must be added back. Life insurance premium. So there is no relationship of life insurance premium with the business, so must be added back. Interest on capital must be added back. Provision for depreciation. So as I've already said, any provision is not allowed. Okay, simply we are making provision means simply we are setting aside certain amount. That's it. Okay. So provision for depreciation and provision for income tax must be added back. So after adding this, so the total of these additions would be 65,840. If we add the 65,000, 65,840 to 2,80,840, we'll be getting 3,46,680. And from this amount, we are supposed to deduct items allowed but not charged so far. So first thing is bad debts amounts to 550, depreciation 1,700, and the total amounts to 2,250. And if we deduct these two items, we'll be getting 3,44,430. And from this amount, we have to deduct income from other sources. There are two incomes: interest on government securities 5,400 and rent from house property 5,400, and the total amounts to 10,800. And after deducting 10,800 from 3,44,430, we will be getting 3,33,630. The next step, computation of total income. So there are three heads of income now so far. Income from house property, see here, rent from house property they have given, so it must be considered as annual value, amounts to 5,400, and from this we are supposed to calculate 30% standard deduction. So if we deduct 30% from 5,400, we'll be getting 3,780 as income from house property. Then second head of income, that is income from business, we have already calculated the income, so you can observe here 3,33,630. The next third head of income is income from other sources. That is nothing but interest on government securities. Only one source of income is there under income from other source, that must be considered 5,400. So if you make a total, we'll be getting a gross total income of 3,42,810. And from this, we are supposed to deduct deduction under section 80. That is only one deduction is there, 80C. That is a life insurance premium paid. So that amounts to 1,790. If we deduct 1,790 from 3,42,810, we'll be getting 3,41,020. So this is about this is all about the problem and solution of this problem. We'll see another problem in the next session. Thank you.